Good morning, Room 1 students. How are you? So, you know that I was going to do a lesson with you this week, and I was so blown away by your beautiful notes and words of appreciation and love that we didn't get a chance to do the lesson. So now I'm going to do the lesson and record it for you so that you can have a little piece of Miss Keen, even when I can't be there to teach it to you in person. So Miss Levitt's going to play this for you. So what I wanted to talk to you about is how you take breaks. And I wondered how you take breaks because I think taking a break is not only super important, it's really important to know in your body when your body's needing a break. For me, I know that my back gets kind of achy and my legs start to feel kind of tired. Um, some people know they need to take a break because they just start to drift off and they get a little bit sleepy or dreamy or start to think of other things and are having trouble focusing. Some people just get really jittery and wiggly and just need to move. So, how does your body tell you that you need a break? If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I made a video about a special guest. Do you remember who my special guest was? You're right. It was my dog, Bob. Sometimes I take a break by hanging out with my dog, Bob, in the yard. But there are lots of things you can do on a break. Sometimes we get small breaks, like Miss Levitt might say to you, all right, everyone, just take a minute and then we'll come back. It looks like everybody needs to take a little quick break and then we'll start again. So sometimes you might take a little tiny break. Sometimes we have long breaks like lunchtime. That's where we get a whole big long break. So how do you spend your break? Why don't we check in with the Kimochis and see how they spend their breaks? Should we do that? You might notice they are not behind me. That's because they're all hanging out on my bed together. Look at that. A pile of Kimochis. Okay, so let's see what our friend Cloud does to take breaks. Looking a little sad, Cloud. Well, I take deep, calming breaths. You do? Yes, because sometimes I get really grumpy from too much Zoom. Anybody else ever get grumpy from too much Zoom? Maybe you could take a deep, calming breath. Do you do that on your short breaks or on your long ones? Well, sometimes nobody even knows I'm taking a break. I just do it to myself. But if Miss Levitt says take a break, or I know I need to take a break, I might turn my camera off for a second, or I must just go off screen for just a moment. And then I come back and I feel ready to learn. Wow. Deep breaths can be like magic, can't they, Cloud? Yeah. Okay. So then, why don't we check in with our friend Hero? Hero, how do you take breaks? Well, I've learned this on going on all my adventures. It's important to get water and a snack. You always want to be hydrated and you always want to have protein and nutrition and healthy snacks around so that you can be focused and ready to learn. I use this trick on my adventures, but it also helps with school so you can pay attention. Is that you pointing to your brain? Yes, that's me pointing to my brain. Thanks, Hero. That's a really good idea. So making sure you're staying hydrated and having water to drink nearby is great. And sometimes just going and getting a glass of water can help wake you up if you're feeling a little bit sleepy. All right. Oh boy. I see who's coming. Hugdopus. What do you do? How do you take a break? I run around, I run around, I run around. Especially since I got my nice new rainbow shoes. You do have nice rainbow shoes. So octopus runs around. That might be, remember we talked before about how you might get the wiggles and the sillies, or you might just feel kind of jittery in your seat. If you go and do like some jumping jacks or some push-ups or go run up and down the stairs or up and down your hallway, and then you can come back and be ready to learn. Sometimes you might just need to get out some energy so that you can come back. That's what I was doing with Bob when I showed you that video. Bob gets his zoomies out every night. Bob just needs to run, 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 run. But then usually Bob comes back and falls asleep. I don't think I want you to do that. But if you get some energy out, then you can come back with some fresh energy that you can use to learn. All right, who's next? Hello, Bella. What do you like to do on a break? Well, anytime I can, I like to make art. You like to make art? Wow. So, do you do that in class? How do you do that when you take a break? Well, sometimes I just doodle when I'm listening to my teacher. Sometimes doodling helps me focus. I've heard of that before. Are you that kind of person who can just doodle, and sometimes doodling, like making little pictures or scribbles, helps you focus on your teacher more? If that helps you, that's a great tool or strategy. Sometimes we get so preoccupied with making a drawing or a piece of art that it ends up becoming a drawing, and it ends up becoming takes up so much time that we're not actually paying attention to our teacher anymore. And if that's like you, then maybe you want to put that to the side and do on a real break, like a longer break. But that's great too, because if anytime we get to be creative and expressive, um, is wonderful. But it's good to know when you can doodle and still listen and then make art on your free time. Thanks, Bella. All right, who's next? Hello, Bug. How do you take breaks? Well, I love to listen to music. You do? Well, I play the mandolin, so sometimes I play my instrument, but I also love listening to classical music. It calms me too. I can listen to classical music and still focus, but if I listen to music with words, I can only listen to music with words if I'm cleaning or something like that. What about you? Do you like to listen to music? Can you listen to music and focus while you're doing work, like reading or drawing or thinking? Or do you need to just listen to music on its own and like dance around? It's kind of fun to listen to music when I take a break. How about you, Lovey? You've been awfully quiet over there. What about you? Well, on my breaks, I do nothing. I just be. You do nothing? Never heard of a break like that. Wow, how do you do that? How do you just be? Well, I just find a quiet spot and I just sit there. What about you, room one? Does that sound like it would be helpful to you to just find a calming spot to just sit there and just be? Meditate, sit there, doing nothing. Yeah, I worry about the Kimochi so much, and I worry about the world. So sometimes when I get a chance, I just do nothing. I just be. Wow, that's wonderful, Lovey. Thanks for the idea. How about you, Kat? Well, I check off a task that needs to get done. Oh, I think we talked about this in this week's video. I like to be tidy, so if I get a break, I like to organize and tidy up. Miss Keen, your desk could use a little tidying. Oh, I know, Kat, I know, but did you see? I tidied up my box. Oh, yes, that looks very nice. Thank you. So maybe on your break, you go get something done that needs to get done. You put some clothes away, you hang up some coats, you pick up some toys, you straighten up your area where you work, so that when you come back after a break, you are ready to learn because your area is nice and neat. How many of you feel like that feeling? I like that feeling. And finally, Boing, 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 boing. We have Clover. Let's see how Clover takes his breaks. Hmm, Clover? It doesn't look like we have any ideas in here. What's going on? Oh, disappointed Snap. I lost my ideas. You lost your ideas? Hmm. Well, we've heard about so many ideas today from our other friends. Did any of those sound good to you? So many of them. I liked the bouncing, like getting energy out. I have a bouncy stem, so maybe bouncing would be good. Like Hugtopus, getting energy out. But I like water. Water makes me grow. But I also like the idea of just being and doing nothing. I don't know, Miss Keene. I could imagine doing lots of these different things on breaks. I'm an optimist. They all sound good to me. Great, Clover. Well, see if one of these works for you. And room one, which one of these work for you? How do you take breaks? It's really important to know when to take them and how to take them. I think I have to go take Bob out. It's probably time for his zoomies. All right, everyone. Great to see you like this. And it was great to see you this week. Thank you again so much for my beautiful cards. I loved them. Bye.